Hello, my loves. I am Mystic Goddess with your general reading. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign. So let's tap in and see what's coming through for you. Give me messages, please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading when it comes to love. Give me the truth, please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading when it comes to love. 2 more shuffles. All right, so let's see what comes out here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords. So you guys are standing on business. It's giving energy of you having really strong boundaries. And someone feels like you've been highly critical of them, or this person feels as though you're being cold toward them. This is someone that you distance yourself from, okay? This same person that you set boundaries with, they're feeling some type of way about it. At the top of the deck, you have the Hanged Man. So someone's starting to have a different perspective when it comes to you. There's also a sense of uncertainty when it comes to their part. It's coming out like they don't know where they stand with you, okay? So they're all in their head, but they're not really doing much about it. Wow. So someone feels like you're leaving them behind and cutting them off. Some of you could have had an honest conversation with this particular person, okay? And they may have found the conversation or whatever you were saying as highly critical, but in reality, I feel like you were providing this person with some constructive information, okay? If they would do the right thing with whatever you were saying, I feel like they can make themselves better in some way. I feel like you called somebody out on their crap, or you're about to. It's someone who needs to make sacrifices. I feel like this person doesn't take a lot of action. They tend to sit around and wait for everything to come to them or for people to come to them. Give me another card. They also thought that you would have been back by now, or this is someone who views you as someone who always ends up returning. All right. Some of you could be connected to this person currently, but you still have strong boundaries. You have the Empress card here, the Knight of Wands, and you also have the Five of Swords. So you're no longer selling yourself short, okay? You know your worth. You know your value. Whether you are a male or a female, you know that you bring a lot to the table. And actually, you are the table, okay? You are the table. And I feel like someone's been coming toward you with Knight of Wands type of energy, meaning they're in and out, someone that you're unable to depend on. This person has a really rebellious nature about them, and they're always looking for you to save them. It's kind of weird to an extent, because this person is someone who projects a lot of hostility, or they tend to project their stress onto others, okay? This person also could have said something in an attempt to bully you or to intimidate you into taking some type of action. For some of you, they even wanted like a nasty reaction out of you, or this person wanted you to get out of character, but I feel like you didn't engage. You either didn't engage, or you didn't engage to the extent that they wanted you to. It's like someone saying and doing things just to be seen and heard, and you're not paying them any attention. But the people around them are kind of looking at them like they're crazy a little bit. This is crazy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So I feel like you guys are focused on your accomplishments. You're focused on achieving certain things in your life. You want to be fulfilled within yourself. It's giving energy of you not searching for fulfillment through others. You're focused on your harmony. You're focused on your peace. And you're also realizing that where you're going, everybody cannot come with you. All right? It's like there are certain people who are either stuck at a stalemate, or you just feel like connecting with them is a bit redundant. Someone is also hiding how they truly feel. It's someone that's very much in their thoughts when it comes to you. And I'm surprised the devil card hasn't come out as of yet. It's someone who's really codependent on your energy. Okay. And see, with the Knight of Wands being here and with the Five of Swords being behind it, it's just giving energy of this person possibly even saying nasty things behind your back at some point in time. They view you focusing on yourself as a form of rebellion. At the top of the deck, you have the Page of Cups. So someone's going to be coming in with some communication. I feel like this person tries to play innocent a lot. Okay. But in reality, they're at war with themselves. This person may have also tried to take advantage of your innocence, or there's someone who thinks that you're naive. This is the type of person who will say things and expect you not to catch on to it. Or they'll do certain things expecting it to go over your head. It's like at times you could even feel like they're insulting your intelligence. They may say very little, but it tells you a lot about them. Regardless of how little they say, how can I put this? Regardless of how little they say, or regardless of how they try and keep things at a minimum when it comes to what they do tell you. Because remember, this is someone who's very much secretive, but sometimes you have to pay attention to things that they don't say. It's not always what they say. Sometimes it's what they don't say. And for some of you, it's even what they say. They are wanting to talk to you, okay? This is someone who's wanting things to be the way that it used to be. For some of you, this person is reminiscing about their childhood, or they're reminiscing about a time when things were a lot more comfortable between the two of you. I feel like you healed this person, okay? You have very healing energy about you, and you're also pleasurable to be around. But I feel like this is someone who needs to work on themselves. You have the Six of Cups here, and you also have the Page of Cups holding a cup. So that is the Seven of Cups. It lets me know that this is someone who's a little bit delusional, or this is someone who comes with smoke and mirrors. Whatever they say, there's always something else behind it. I feel like they're in a state of confusion, or this is someone who is looking for pleasure or comfort. They're looking for happiness outside of themselves. And they also kind of tend to walk around with their head in the clouds to an extent. They're very childlike, but not in a good way. I feel like you're just tired of taking care of this person emotionally, mentally. For a few of you, maybe even financially. I don't see any pentacles here, but some of you have been there for this person, and it's like it's time for them to be there for themselves. Give me another card. I feel like this person's going to learn some huge lessons with you being distant, or by you setting boundaries. Okay, you have the Queen of Cups here. And if you notice, the Queen of Cups fell out on top of the Hangman. That's really heavy Pisces energy. Doesn't mean that the person has a Pisces sun sign, but they could definitely have a lot of Pisces in their chart, or a lot of air, possibly even water in their chart. We have Libra here as well. Okay. And we have fire here. But it doesn't mean that the person has to be that particular sign. This is just the energy that they're embodying. With the Ace of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, this is someone who wants to express that they love you. Okay, but they're not doing anything. Like I said, it's coming out like they're trying their best to lean into their intuition instead of coming toward you with an honest conversation and asking for answers, or just wanting to have a heart-to-heart with you. Instead of them admitting that that's what they're wanting, they prefer to go off of their intuition, okay? It's like they don't really feel comfortable having that honest conversation with you. I also feel like because you have withdrawn your warmth and your compassionate energy, because you have withdrawn your intuitive support from this person, they're getting a reality check. I feel like this person is having a breakthrough, especially on a mental level. They need to realize that they're their own problem, okay? That's what this person needs to realize. But there's just a lot of reminiscing going on here. The only movement that we have is the Knight of Wands. Every other card is either sitting or standing. It's like this person isn't really taking much action. Look at, and again, the Four of Swords. So they're not doing much. They're just contemplating. They're thinking. I also feel like thoughts of you pop up in their mind whenever they're at rest. So whenever they lay down at night, whenever they're trying to relax, you pop up in their head, especially certain conversations that you have had with this person. They think about it a lot. It's like they can't even concentrate at times. Also, I feel like this person thought that they could force your hand in some way. There's some type of communication here that you had with this person. There's some type of honest conversation. Well, I won't say honest, but there was a conversation that may have come out of nowhere, or there's something that this person said or did out of nowhere, trying to force you to change in some way. So for example, let's say that you've been distant and you've set strong boundaries. There could be something that this person said or did that was pretty sudden, and they thought that it would cause movement when it comes to you. They thought that it would cause you to give them a certain reaction, but in reality, you were protecting yourself. So you may not have responded to whatever they said or did in the way that they thought that you would. With the Four of Swords being here along with the Ace of Swords, that is the Five of Swords. We have the Five of Swords here twice. At the top of the deck, you have the Tower card. So someone is experiencing a Tower moment, okay? Their life could be a bit chaotic. This person could be going through financial issues. They also feel like they've been experiencing hardship. Now, this is going to be very specific. Please don't force it to fit. But for a few of you, this person could have said something nasty to you, or they could have done something nasty toward you. And they feel like they've been dealing with chaos ever since. Okay? They feel like things around them have been falling apart ever since. They've been facing hardship ever since. It's like something they did where they tried to force your hand, it backfired. There's also certain people around them that look at them as a disgrace, okay? For a few of you, this person could end up losing a job, or they could end up being abandoned in some way, shape, or form. Wow. Give me another card. They could even end up having to move out of a home, but they feel alienated. All right, you have the Eight of Swords here. So they're very much in their head because you're coming off mysterious. They're used to you being extremely expressive, but a lot of you don't feel obligated to explain yourself to this particular person, or to anyone else for that matter. I feel like you're moving in silence and it's confusing this person. But it's also giving energy of them trying to play victim to an extent. Some of you left this person. You left them in the dark where you found them at. And what I mean by that is, I feel like you spread a lot of light. And it was no different when you met this person. You brought a lot of light into their world, okay? Because they were in a dark place when you met them. Even if it didn't seem that way, they were. For some of you, it was an internal darkness, all right? And so you came in with your beautiful, brilliant light. And I feel like because you have such healing and beautiful, warm energy about you, because you are so supportive and you truly have always wanted what was best for this particular person, they started to mistake your light for their own. And they may have even started to take you for granted. So some of you have decided to break free, or you're just no longer operating the way that you used to. There's also struggles when it comes to communication here. All right. This person kind of feels like they're entitled to some type of communication when it comes to you. And you have to be careful with who you choose to connect with or who you choose to entertain, because for some of you, I feel like there is someone who checks in on you just to see if you're struggling, or just to see if you're stressed out, just to see if you're burdened. So for example, let's say that some of you have been going through some things. Okay, let's say that you were burdened, you were burnt out, you were going through a lot, and you actually express that to someone in particular. It doesn't even have to be a romantic connection. Let's say you expressed it to a particular person. I feel like there are times when that person checks in on you just to see if you're still struggling. It's like they kind of get, I don't want to say they get excitement over it, but they get some type of satisfaction out of it. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I'm seeing here. Let's get one more card to end the reading. Ooh, that was quick. All right, so you have the Five of Wands and it came out crossing. So there is someone who is wanting to come out of conflicts with you, or this person's wanting to come to some type of resolution, okay? They're wanting to come in with a peace offering. The universe, spirit, your spiritual team has been tearing somebody up. I feel like this person spoke badly on you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. For some of you, it could be a friend. It could be a family member. Could be a co-worker for some. But I feel like there is someone who said a lot about you. But it wasn't in a good way. I feel like this is someone who has smiled in your face but talked crap about you behind your back, and you've always felt it. But it's someone that you do care for. But some of you have decided to turn your back on this person, or you have kept them at a distance, but I feel like you did it suddenly. Like you did it out of nowhere. You may not have even gave them an explanation as to why. But ever since they've talked badly about you, their life has been falling apart. Ooh. My goodness. So, yeah. This is someone that you tried to cooperate with, but they have their own selfish intentions. So some of you literally walked away from the devil, or someone who's in devil like energy. And that's why your blessings are going to be coming in so abundantly. You made the right choice, okay? But you're also being asked to continue standing on business. You have to continue standing on business, and you're going to see how everything changes for you. There's going to be so many blessings that come in for you, and it's going to be like a windfall of blessings. They're going to come in out of nowhere. They're going to come in really quickly. And they want you to use discipline when it comes to these blessings, because they're not meant for everyone. Some of you are going to have to take some chairs away from your table, because everyone cannot sit with you. They can't go with where you're going because they're in the devil type of energy. How can you have a seat at your table for the devil, for someone with this type of energy? That's like playing with fire. It is playing with fire. I just feel like this person does so much behind your back. They act one way in front of your face, and then they behave completely differently behind your back. But it's someone that you've abandoned, someone that you cut off. And I feel like this reading could be about one or two different people in your life, could even be more. So I want you to continue to stand in your emperor or empress energy. Continue to be confident, because there are so many beautiful things coming toward you, but it took endings for it to happen. Some of you had to break off certain relationships with certain people. Okay. Endings bring about new beginnings. There are certain people that you've had to let go of, but it's bringing about a transformation within you. There's going to be so many unexpected blessings. So I want you to remain confident within that. Don't second guess it. Just know and thank God ahead of time. Okay. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye.